So in the beginning of the story, we are shown a ruined world. The whole land was barren except for an area in Australia called the Green Place of Many Mothers. There was still water in this area. Fruits were grown through farming, and many women lived here as well. In this area, a girl named Furiosa came to pick up a ripe fruit. She heard some noise near her area. When she went near, there were many bikers. One of the bikers' oil pipes was cut by Furiosa, and just as the pipe of another bike was about to be cut, the other biker saw her. Before he could catch her, Furiosa stabbed a knife in her leg and ran away from there. While running, she started whistling loudly, which told the people of that area about the danger that was coming there. Before she could escape and reach the populated area, the biker successfully stopped her by flying a rope towards her. And they picked up Furiosa and started taking her from there. On the other side, Furiosa's mom and all the warriors were following these bikers on horseback to save Furiosa. While riding on the horse, Furiosa's mom strangled the biker on the bike. After which she took his bike. Before she could escape to save Furiosa on this bike, the people of the area gave her some seeds and reminds her that whatever happens, the people of the other area should not know about the green place, and those who have seen the green place, none of them could survive. Hearing this, she went ahead quickly and killed the biker while attacking him with a gun. The two bikers in front of him stopped and tried to see what happened. Why did that biker kill? They could see Furiosa's mom coming from a distance. They ran their bikes in fear while Furiosa cut the oil pipe of the bike on which she was tied. Furiosa's mom fixes her bike with the spare part of the dead biker's bike and putting all the fuel of that bike in her bike, she gets behind the bikers again. It was now evening by walking. The bike's fuel on which the bikers had tied Furiosa also runs out because Furiosa had cut its fuel pipe. In this condition, these two bikers fought with each other. On getting a chance, Furiosa got her hands off and ran away from there, but she did not succeed in reaching home because the bikers had caught her again and they go back to their area. In the morning, we see that Furiosa's mom has also reached the camp of the bikers where she saw the bikers in the green place and Furiosa too. She shoots a biker and kills him. But the other biker safely reaches his camp with Furiosa and gives people the good news that he found out about a green place. There are a lot of resources and women there. After hearing this, Furiosa found out that now the people of her area and people are going to be in danger. He will definitely tell his people the location of the green place. That's why Furiosa shows her smartness and puts a rope around this man's neck and kills him by dropping him off the bike in front of everyone. Finally, she and her mom told all the bikers to the location of the green place. Now these bikers take Furiosa to their leader because she is the one who can take them to the green place. The leader of the bikers was very smart. He himself behaves well with Furiosa and tells everyone to take care of her so that he can know about the location of the green place by traveling her. At night, Furiosa's mom also came to this camp. She took off the clothes of the dead biker and made herself exactly like them. She had to repeat here by Furiosa. She goes to every camp to find where she shoots everyone there, but she doesn't find Furiosa. After that, she finally reached the camp where Furiosa is. After taking Furiosa, she was about to kill the last girl here, but that girl says no, don't kill me, I am also a prisoner here like your mom. Hearing this, Furiosa's mom left me and ran away from there while taking Furiosa on her bike, but she did not know that the girl she had mercy on and left her would trap her. She goes and sets up her emergency alarm, and so many people follow Furiosa and her mom. From a distance, these bikers attack them with bombs, because of which all the clothes of Furiosa's mom were burnt. To escape the fire, she took off the armor suit she was wearing and sat on the bike again. She ran away from there as fast as she could. Despite going very far, the bikers were right behind her. Furiosa's mom now knows that she will not be able to escape them, so she gets off the bike and gives the bike to Furiosa and tells her to go home alone. Along with that, she also gave Furiosa a peach seed and told her to go back and grow, and she herself stopped here to shoot the bikers, but no matter how many says to Furiosa, if you learn to read and write for me, then you will become a useful person for our leader. In this way, he will not torture you, but Furiosa was not going to listen to anyone. She secretly makes a tattoo on her head from this place to the green place because she hoped that one day she would go back to the green place, and she was also afraid that she might forget the way by then. That's why she made the whole map on her arm. Anyway, time passes and we see that one day all these bikers were going somewhere when they see red smoke. They found out that people must be living there. These people followed the smoke and reached there and found a war there who took them to the citadel. Immortan Joe was bored. He had water. He used to grow food here and give this food to his soldiers. He had guided his soldiers in such a way that they were ready to die for him. These bikers had a shortage of resources. They tell Immortan Joe that if you don't cooperate with us, if you don't give us these things, we will fight with you. Hearing this from the leader and making fun of him, Immortan Joe tells one of his warriors to die, and he proves to the leader of the bikers that no matter how powerful you are, nothing is more important than my army, and they are ready to die for me. He's just said this, that's when his people picked up all these bikers' bikes with the chain. The bikers had no other way except to run away from here to save themselves. When they were running away, the leader of the bikers sees that Furiosa has fallen out of her jail and is stuck in a pit there. He risks his life to save Furiosa's life and they run away from there. On the way, they see another port named Gas Town. Oil was refined here through which the weapons and vehicles of Immortan Joe were running. The leader of the bikers plans to occupy it so that he can blackmail Immortan Joe because of the oil here, but the problem was that the security here was also very tight to trick him. He turns many of his people into more boys and reaches the gate of Gas Town. When they jump over the gate of Gas Town for them, the leader of the bikers kills his people. To make them believe that he has captured Immortan Joe's forces, his people are now his slaves. Seeing this, the people of Gas Town also open the door for him. After occupying Gas Town, the leader of the bikers, Tremendous, cuts the fingers of the leader of this town and sends it to Immortan Joe. Seeing this, Immortan Joe now comes down slowly. Tremendous is getting powerful. All this power is because of the oil on which Tremendous has now occupied. That's why he sends a message of the meeting to Tremendous. What else did Tremendous want? He needed basic supplies which Immortan Joe had. To deal with him, he comes in front of him with the leader of Gas Town. Gas Town's leader was the brother of Immortan Joe, who was also very sick. Many of his body's functions were performed through his body-worn machines. To annoy Immortan Joe, Tremendous first tortures his brother with this machine and then kills him. After that, he says to Immortan Joe, I have planted bombs in the whole Gas Town. I am the only one who knows how to activate or disable the bombs. If you want to save your Gas Town, then make me the leader of Gas Town. Otherwise, you will not even have your Gas Town. When he was talking, Immortan Joe's gaze was on Furiosa. Immortan Joe says, okay, I will make Gas Town yours, but in return, I want your daughter and a biker. Furiosa interrupts Immortan Joe and says, I am not his daughter. He killed my mom and kidnapped me. Time passes and we see that Furiosa has grown up after 15 years. No one could recognize her that she is a girl that too, because until today Furiosa pretended to be dumb and also fulfilled all those rituals of Immortan Joe, which made him believe that Furiosa is also loyal to him. This time, Immortan Joe gives her the job of making a big drill that can destroy anything easily. They also succeeds in making a machine that they attach to a truck, and as they take it out for the first test drive, Dementis attack it. Dementis attacked this machine with parachutes and attacked the Warboys with bombs. Jack, who was driving this truck, does not stop this truck but keeps driving. Dementis also attacked this truck, because of which there was a major fall from the truck. At this time, Furiosa shows bravery and tries to fix the fall by going under the truck so that Jack can take this truck away from here quickly, but to the opposite path. Dementis also came under the truck. He was placing a bomb under the truck. Furiosa not only fights with him, but by killing him and dropping him, she also succeeded in throwing the bomb under the truck. Afterwards, she moved inside while repairing the truck. Dementis' men were still pulling Warboys outside the truck and when the Warboy attacks the small truck of Dementis, the truck gets into an accident and collides with that truck, which caused a jerk to Furiosa and the head of her head came off. Seeing her flying in the air, her secret was revealed in front of Jack that she is a girl. They now focus on their war and Furiosa successfully killed her enemies. After killing her enemies, she took Jack to the gunpoint because she knew that Jack would create a problem for her, but here Jack says, "You are a good warrior and I don't care about your gender. We have been given the task of controlling this rig and I want you to support me like a team member." Furiosa agrees and they take this rig truck to the gas town where Dementis sees Furiosa after years, but now because she has grown older so Dementis doesn't recognize her. He discovers that Dementis have run out of oil supplies, in which return he take other supplies from Immortan Joe. He tells Jack to somehow get a meeting with Immortan Joe. Jack agrees, but he was not ready to give them any supply without oil, so all these bikers attack them and start stealing all the food. To save it, Furiosa takes her truck out of here and Jack starts hitting people who were trying to come near his truck. Anyway, they now safely reach their citadel and give a message to Immortan Joe to meet Dementis. In all this fight, Furiosa was also shot by an arrow. Jack pulls the arrow out of her shoulder and then stitches it. They came very close. Jack asked him how your parents died. Furiosa told him that these bikers had kidnapped her and brought her here. Furiosa shows him the peach seed that her mom had given her. Then she shows him her hand where the map of the green place was made. She still hopes that she can go there. Jack says, "I promise, I will try to take you to your place," and Furiosa says, "I want you to come with me." Here they get a message from Immortan Joe that he is going to a meeting with the Dementis. They also have to move behind him with their army. Jack does not make her sit in the rig but gives her a job to drive a truck because he had a plan that he would trick everyone and reach the green place with his truck. As they reach the gas town, the truck succeeds in entering the gas town first, while Furiosa turns her face from here and was now waiting for Jack to come with her, but Jack also left the green smoke in the air instead of coming with her, means he was calling Warboys for a war. Seeing this, Furiosa got angry and moved a bit alone. Before she could reach the green place, she also had a chance, but she thought of Jack who was fighting alone there, so she comes back to the gas town to help Jack and picks up her sniper and starts shooting everyone here. The same bullet also touched Dementis. Jack breaks the gas town gate with his rig and goes inside it. Now he had started breaking the entire structure here with the drill placed on this rig. Doing this, the bikers also attack him to stop any all this. His rig breaks and he falls into a pit. At the right time, Furiosa enters here and takes him out while hanging a chair from a bike. After it, they sit in another truck and get out of here. Now they intended that they would run away from here and leave for the green place, but they don't know that Dementis was behind them. As Dementis' truck joins Furiosa's truck, Furiosa pulls out her gun to attack the truck. In all this, her head comes between the two trucks. This is the same head on talked about meeting Immortan Joe. When she was taken to Immortan Joe, she tells him that Dementus is coming to attack him soon. He has also planned to destroy the gas town, and now he wants to occupy the citadel. For all this, Immortan Joe plans that they will reach there before destroying his gas town, means before Dementus attacks citadel, they were going to attack the gas town. As they reach near the gas town, Dementus also see them and announce the war. Between the citadel and the gas town, the war between these two parties begins, which went on for a week. Both teams kept hitting each other badly, and during all this, Furiosa went to Citadel and made her mechanical arm, and then took a bad car and went back to the spot of the war. She goes there and sees that the sons of Immortan Joe were repairing their vehicles and weapons, from where she also takes a tire to repair her car. As she goes ahead, she sees that Dementus and some of his remaining people were running away from here, saving their lives. They also see Furiosa's car. Before they attack Furiosa, Furiosa comes running her car, hits them all with her car and engulfs them in the sand. She killed everyone, but she didn't see Dementus anywhere. When she looked away, a biker was running away from there. It was no one else, but Dementus. Dementus' death was near because his bike was broken and now Furiosa had come to him. Here Furiosa could have killed him in one shot, but not so easily. She wanted Dementus to remember who she was and why she was after Dementus. She tortured him so much so that he fainted. When he regained consciousness, Furiosa told her, "I am the same girl you kidnapped 15 years ago, and you killed my mother in front of my eyes." Dementus still couldn't remember Furiosa, so Furiosa cuts the teddy bear chained with him. Now she recognizes who Furiosa is. He apologizes and says, "If you forgive me, we can rule this place together. You are very brave." Hearing this, Furiosa drops her teddy bear on the ground. After that, she pointed a gun at her head. Everyone thought Furiosa had killed her, but it was not so. In fact, Furiosa buried him alive and put her peach tree on it, the seed that was given to her by her mom. The ground took Dementus' nutrients, i.e. power, and made a huge tree and planted a peach on it. Dementus was watching all this with his eyes. It was his last time. After this, he might have died. The scene cuts. On the other hand, we see Furiosa managing to save all of Immortan Joe's wives from captivity using her rig. She rescues them and takes them to the green place. This story concludes while showing hat do you got here? Peace. I'm a mother. Wait, good. Come quick. Help. Take your bearings from the sun and stars. You'll find your way home. Give me this one. Screaming I Shannon, I'll take you home. Your chance. Human tears and those of sorrow have different chemicals. Zesty. Music, why would you run from me? You, everyone would have brought you 20 of you. But the testes to ride with the 5 bike and gentlemen. Do we have any gate? I can reel. Crying no. Scar. Open the gates. Quantifiers. They ride with the mant. All down on top. Shot hers. What's up? What's up? The bombing, thanks for coming. Respawn. Eat. Eat. Mommy knocker. Get out. Screaming, where did you think you were going? Last drop of mother's milk. Good. No, I'm blaming everyone but himself. They get our tits caught in the ring. Bullets all loaded. You're free to go. Whatever you need. Fire. Come on. What you want? We have to put things right. You can speak to, we're in a black spiral here. Everyone saying it's my fault. Me, him, but we're not leaving without our tankers full of, what are we doing? What's this? Scouting for the tanker. What do I mean doing?
It's been a while since
the day you drive the suit.
Together.
You can drive the rig. The second engine. What the hell are you? On the ridge to the left. Light me up. Eat. had bullet fire in
Now I
that place for all of us.
wanted
You
to be
may be
your
soft surprised and we
lover,
cannot be soft.
to be your
Justice.
partner.
Get out.
Took you for
For sure.
granted.
Oh, no.
Lost the moment.
I hope it's time to do their
And I
always
let
was.
your
The Sumerians
love
fought
slip
the aliens.
away.
And so the histories were north against the first nuclear war. 40T. I need you to see it. Isn't she
Tell
wonderful?
me about
Hey,
your
try it on.
past.
Try it
I
on.
wanna know.
No, gets farther and farther
everything
away.
I've been missing.
I want all of you. And I us what?
Always
with you.
hoped our
No, we're not.
paths
You the
would
darkest of angels.
cross again, my
Someone confident right here.
darling.
Ambush him. Get things
Time
together.
can move so strange.
You are.
That don't
So you
mean
must be that I have
my
nothing.
mind has
He's going
changed.
to do that
You know
great
I
and that I'll
want
teach
it.
you. Do you remember
No, I
her?
want
Was she
it
your mother?
to be
I
your
want them back
lover,
immediately.
to
I'm
be
right
your
there.
partner.
A big belly full of
I took
revenge.
you for
Winter goes
granted.
around the back.
Lost the
Shoot you.
moment,
He won't.
and I let
Every little
your
bit counts.
love slip
Either way,
away.
I'll hear it. I'll
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Call your reason. I'll be dead and you will still scales of their suffering. I can that I would, but I don't fear them. Can't do me quick to what you want. I've been waiting for some lord to sort things out. Do this right. You become my we seek sensation any sent that. Now we have to do it all. The already dead little size to make it epic. Hey guys, today we're diving deep into the sandy chrome-plated chaos of Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, a prequel that gives us the origin story of one of cinema's most iconic badass characters. We're going to explore every rev of the engine, every dusty horizon, and every moment that forged the emperor we know and love.
Time
Get
can
ready for a
move
wild
so
ride through a world where survival is a
strange.
daily struggle and vengeance is a long,
That
winding
don't
road.
mean my
If you like the
mind
sneak
has
peek, hit
changed.
the like
You
button
know
and
I
subscribe.
want it
It's the best way to
know
support
I
the channel and let me know you
want
want more.
to be your
Music. Our story
lover,
begins in what feels like
to
an
be your
impossible oasis,
partner.
a place bursting
Took
with life
you
in a
for
world otherwise
granted.
defined by dust and death.
Lost the
It's called the
moment,
green place of many mothers,
and I let
and it's a
your
sanctuary
love
tucked away
slip
from the chaos.
away.
Here we meet a young
Yeah,
Furiosa,
yeah,
a vivid, quiet intensity
yeah.
already brewing behind her eyes. She's playing amongst the fruit trees and the flowing water, a stark contrast to the rich landscape we know so well. This world where women ride motorcycles and share ancient knowledge operates on a delicate balance sustained by secrets and hidden paths. But as is often the case in this universe, pieces of fragile egg, easily shattered. One moment she's reaching for a juicy peach. The next, a lone biker appears, a harbinger of the outside world's harsh reality. The rumble of his engine, initially a distant drum, quickly grows into a monstrous roar, shaking the very ground beneath her small feet. This initial encounter isn't a direct confrontation, but a snatch and grab. Furiosa, with an almost primal instinct, tries to hide, her breath catching in her throat. But the wasteland has a cruel way of finding even the most secluded corners.
Good to
She's
see
spun, seized, and
you
thrown
here.
onto the back of a motorbike.
Been a while
The world she
since
knows
we've
shrinking rapidly
been
in her rear view mirror.
together.
The bike speeds off, kicking up a
I
rosier tail
still
of fine red
feel
dust,
that
leaving behind a silence that screams of violation.
something between
Her mother, a
us
fierce
is
guardian of the green place,
forever.
quickly mobilizes. The sounds of their unique, almost whispered communication ripple through the trees. A network of
That
protectors
don't
alerted to
mean
abduction.
my mind
They mount
has
their own
changed.
motorcycles,
You know I
these women of the green
want
place, fleet and
it. Know I
determined,
want
armed
it.
with boast and a deep
Be
knowledge
your
of their territory.
lover,
The chase is on,
be your
and it's a desperate
partner.
one.
I took
The
you for
metallic clang of their
granted.
kick-starting their bikes, the
Lost the
guttural roar of the engines,
moment,
it all speaks to
and I
urgency.
let your
The first
love
glimpse we get
slip
of the outside
away.
world through Furiosa's eyes is utterly terrifying. The biker who captured her, a grimy, leather-clad scavenger, takes her back to his
Tell
camp,
me
a
about
ramshackle collection of
your
improvised
past.
shelters and stolen
I
parts.
wanna know
Here is thick with the
everything
smell
I've
of oil,
been
sweat, and
missing.
despair. The laughter is harsh, not about flashy moves, but raw survival. The thud of punches, the scrape of leather against metal, the choked grunts. It's a desperate struggle for one child's future. Furiosa watches, tiny and terrified, from a distance, as her mother unleashes a torrent of violence born of love. But even the most skilled warrior can be overwhelmed. The biker calls for backup, and soon more of the Mendes goons swarm the scene. The metallic crack of weapons meeting flesh, the guttural screams, it all paints a horrifying picture of a mother's sacrifice. Her mother, despite her incredible skill and courage, is eventually captured, her spirit unbroken, but her body giving way to the sheer numbers. Dementis, the showman, even in his cruelty, decides to make an example of Furiosa's mother. He brings her before his court, spectacle designed to assert his power. The silence of the crowd, punctuated by the shifting of restless feet and the distant growl of engines, is almost deafening. He binds her with a chilling display of sadism, attaches her to the back of his massive motor, the chariot, and drags her across the desert floor. The screams of pain, though muffled by distance from the vastness of the wasteland, still echo in Furiosa's mind. This horrific event is a pivotal moment, searing itself into Furiosa's memory, igniting the first embers of her lifelong quest for vengeance. It's not just a personal loss. It's a lesson in the absolute brutality of this world. A world where the strong prey on the weak without a second thought. She understands in that moment that to survive, she must become strong, unyielding, and above all unseen. Furiosa, now a silent, watchful prisoner, becomes Dementis' reluctant mascot. He keeps her not out of kindness, but as a twisted trophy, a constant reminder of his conquest of the green place, a place he still doesn't fully comprehend. He interrogates her, trying to extract the location of her home. But Furiosa, with the stubborn defiance that will define her, refuses to break. Her silence is a weapon, a shield. The world building here is fantastic. We see Dementis Horde as a sprawling, disorganized entity, constantly on the move, scavenging and fighting for people and bullets. Their existence is a relentless cycle of hunger and violence. The camp itself is a fascinating collection of salvage tech and makeshift defenses. Think Mad Max meets very dark post-apocalyptic traveling circus. There are vendors selling questionable wares, mechanics hammering on broken vehicles, and children playing with dangerous scraps. Everyone looks like they've lived 10 lives too many. Dementis in his quest for power and resources sets his sights on Gastown and the Bullet Farm, two of the major strongholds of this ravaged land alongside the Morton Joe Citadel. Gastown, as its name suggests, is where the precious fuel is processed. The grinding industrial hub belching smoke and reeking of oil. The Bullet Farm, equally self-explanatory, is the foundry for ammunition. A thunderous sparks flying inferno of metalwork. These three locations, the citadel, water, gas town, and the Bullet Farm bullets form the economic backbone of the wasteland, controlled by ruthless warlords. It's like a twisted dystopian version of a global supply chain. Each piece vital, each controlled by a psychopathic despot. Dementis understands that controlling these points means ultimate power. His plan is to conquer them, bringing them under his heel. The first major confrontation takes place at Gastown, a true spectacle of vehicular chaos. Dementis Horde, a tidal wave of bikes, buggies, and improvised war machines descends upon the fortified city. The metallic roar of engines, the frantic shouts, the continuous rate of gunfire, and the occasional earth-shaking explosion create an immersive, overwhelming auditory experience. The screen is filled with flying debris, burning vehicles, and desperate hand-to-hand combat. Furiosa, still a child, witnesses this from the back of Dementis' chariot, a horrifying masterclass in warfare. She sees the ruthlessness, the lack of strategy beyond brute force, and the sheer waste of life. It's a baptism by fire, teaching her about the mechanics of power in this world. Dementis' plan, however, realizing he's bitten off more than he can chew, ends up in a standoff with the Morton Joe. They meet in the shattered remains of Gastown, surrounded by the wreckage of their war. The tension is palpable, a dangerous silence descending upon the scene, broken only by the distant moans of the wounded. This is where Furiosa, still observing everything, learns about the politics of the wasteland. Joe, a man of few words but immense power, forces Dementus into a negotiation. The outcome is not pretty for Dementus. He's compelled to give up something incredibly valuable, his gun charge, Furiosa, along with a portion of his newly acquired territory in exchange for safe passage and a fragile truce. It's a ruthless calculation, a cold exchange of human life for strategic advantage. Furiosa is merely a marketing chip in their dangerous game, a small, insignificant figure caught between two giants. This moment where she's martyred away reinforces her sense of being an object, not a person, fueling her inner fire. Now a prisoner of the Morton Joe, Furiosa is taken to the Citadel, a monstrous fortress carved into a mountain. This is a place of immense power and severe control where water, the most precious commodity, is carefully rationed. The stark vertical architecture, the constant flow of vehicles, and the sight of the wives, Joes and slaves breeders, all paint a picture of a rigidly hierarchical society. The white slaves toil beneath the blistering sun, their skin cracked and burned, polished water from deep beneath the earth. The war boys, pale and fanatical, patrol the ramps and battlements, their shouts echoing off the stone walls. It's a society built on the complete exploitation of resources and people. Furiosa, observant as ever, notices the details. The intricate system of pumps and pipes that deliver water. The way the war boys are indoctrinated from birth. Their lives defined by the promise of Valhalla. She's placed amongst the other children, destined for various roles within Joe's empire. She quickly learns to be inconspicuous, to blend in, to become a phantom in the background. Years pass. Furiosa, growing into a strong, resourceful teenager, is initially disguised as a boy to avoid the fate of the wives. This decision, made by one of Joe's more practical underlings, is a testament to the Citadel's grim realities. She works in the vehicle repair shops, a grease monkey among the war boys, her small hands becoming adept at handling tools and machinery. The roar of engines and the clang of metal become her constant companions. This is where her incredible mechanical aptitude is honed. She learns the inner workings of every engine, every piece of armor, every weapon. She observes the war boys, their training, their weaknesses, and their blind loyalty. She listens to their chatter, absorbing information like a sponge. The sounds of their practice drills, the metallic clang of their weapons, the guttural shouts. It all becomes part of her understanding of the enemy. She's not just fixing vehicles. She's learning the language of war. This period is crucial for her development, shaping her into the formidable mechanic and warrior she will become. It's like she's attending a very specific, very dangerous trade school. One of her key mentors, policeman significant figure during this period, historian Jack, one of the Morton Joe's most respected drivers. Jack is a grizzled, no-nonsense warrior, one of the few who still possesses a semblance of honor in this cutthroat world. He recognizes something in Furiosa, a spark of intelligence and resilience that sets her apart. He teaches her how to drive a war rig. The massive armored trucks that transport goods between the Citadel, Moscow, and the village farm. The deep rumble of the truck's engine, the grinding of gears, the sharp scent of diesel fuel, all become intimately familiar to her. This is not just a driving lesson. It's a lesson in survival. He teaches her to anticipate threats, to read the terrain, to push the limits of the machine, the feel of the vibrating steering wheel in her hands, the wind whipping past the open window, the sheer power of the rig beneath her. These sensations ignite a new purpose within her. She's no longer just a prisoner. She's a potential weapon. Jack, despite his grim exterior, offers her a brief glimpse of what a mentor can be, a guiding hand to the world that finds a withered seed, a relic from the green place, a tangible link to her origins. The seed becomes a powerful symbol for her, a secret hope for a future beyond the desolation. She guards it fiercely, a small, vibrant spark in a world of ash. This quiet, personal act of preserving life stands in stark contrast to the death and destruction raging around her. It's a testament to her enduring spirit, a refusal to let the wasteland completely consume her hope. The feel of the rough, dry seeds of her palm, its promise of green life, fuels her resolve. It's a subtle but powerful moment that defines her inner world amidst the outer chaos. The war culminates in a final brutal showdown. Dementis, desperate and driven to madness, launches a desperate last-ditch assault. Immortan Joe, equally determined to crush his rival, meets him with overwhelming force. The battle is a cacophony of sound and fury. The screech of tires, the thunderous explosions, the desperate cries of the combatants, the constant spray of bullets. Furiosa is right in the thick of it, driving her rig with precision and ferocity, maneuvering through the chaos. The prosthetic arm of her emotion. She's a ghost in a machine, an extension of the vehicle itself. The metallic clang of her prosthetic arm as it slaps against the steering wheel. The guttural roar of her engine as she pushes it to its limits. The sharp rock of her rifle. She's a whirlwind of calculated violence. In the aftermath of the final battle, Dementis is defeated, his horde scattered and broken. But Furiosa isn't content with just a military victory. She remembers the screams of her mother, the horrific tragedy, the absolute cruelty of Dementis. She pursues him relentlessly, leaving the main battlefield behind to settle her personal score. This chase is personal, does Joe pursued across the barren landscape. The roar of her engine, the sound of Dementis' desperate attempts to take her, the wind whipping past her face, it's a primal hunt. She eventually corners him alone in the vast emptiness. The silence that follows after the thunderous chase is almost deafening, broken only by their raucous breaths. What follows is not a quick, clean kill, but a drawn-out symbolic act of vengeance. Furiosa has learned much from the wasteland's harsh lessons, including its unique forms of justice. She doesn't just kill Dementis. She executes him in a manner that reflects the world's brutality and her own deeply personal pain. She doesn't take his life immediately, but rather plants the seed from the green place inside his body. This isn't just murder. It's a profound, almost ritualistic act of turning his decaying flesh into the soil for new life. A twisted reversal of his destructive nature. The imagery is grotesque yet powerfully symbolic. The quiet, almost reverent way she performs this act, the lack of any sound from Dementis beyond a choked gossip underscores the weight of the moment. It's a dark form of poetic justice, transforming the source of death into a potential source of life. However, this moment defines her character. She'll use the capacity for her deep-seated vengeance and a strange enduring connection to her lost home. She then nurtures the plant that grows from him, a silent living monument to her mother and the violence done to her. It's a stark visual, a small patch of green field on a barren landscape, thriving on a foundation of vengeance. The wind whispers in the leaves of the plant, a haunting sound. Having achieved her vengeance, Furiosa returns to the citadel, a changed woman. She's no longer just a driver. She's a seasoned warrior. Her reputation forged in fire and blood. Her eyes hold the depth of experience that belies her years. Immortan Joe recognizes her immense value and gives her a position of even greater trust and responsibility within his empire. She becomes a key figure in his operations, a Turian of Unturians. This isn't a reward. It's an acknowledgement of her dangerous competence. She takes on the mantle of guarding the 5 wives of Immortan Joe's precious breeders, ensuring their safety and the continuation of Joe's bloodline. This new role puts her in close proximity to the wives, allowing her to observe their plight, their yearning for freedom, and their quiet rebellion. It sets the stage for the events of Fury Road, where her path ultimately diverges rich tapestry of the wasteland. Each group has its own customs, its own rules, its own methods of survival. The guttural yells of the biker gangs, the almost religious chants of the war boys, the desperate pleas of the downtrodden, the soundscape reflects the diversity of this broken society. Furiosa's character arc is inextricably linked to this world building. Her journey is not just about personal revenge, but about understanding and ultimately rejecting the systems of oppression that define the wasteland. She sees the cycle of violence, the perpetual hunger for resources, and the casual cruelty that pervades every interaction. Her desire to return to the green place is not just nostalgia. It's a yearning for a different way of life, a hope that something better can still exist. The memory of the gentle rustle of leaves, the quiet gurgle of fresh water, the warmth of belonging. These sensory memories contrast sharply with the harsh reality of her present. This constant contrast fuels her drive, her quiet determination to reclaim not just her past, but a future for others. The vehicles themselves are a crucial element of the world building, serving as extensions of the characters and the society. From Dementis' Frankensteinian chariot to Immortan Joe's monstrous Giger, each vehicle is a work of art and destruction. They are cobbled together from disparate parts, often reflecting the ingenuity and desperation of their creators. The roar of a V8 engine, the metallic screech of grinding gears, the clatter of chains, the hiss of hydraulics. The sound design makes these machines feel alive, dangerous, and integral to survival. They are not just transportation. They are weapons, homes, and symbols of power. Furiosa's mastery of these machines, particularly the war rig, is a testament to her unique skill set, combining mechanical aptitude with incredible driving prowess. The feel of the vibrating chassis, the sharp turns, the thunderous impact of collisions. She's one with the metal beast. The film subtly explores the theme of hope versus despair. While the wasteland is overwhelmingly bleak, there are glimmers of humanity and resilience. Furiosa's hidden seed, her quiet determination, and the eventual alliance with the wives represent this enduring hope. The idea that even in the most desolate places, life finds a way. Even if it's a plant growing from a warlord's corpse, is a powerful underlying message. The struggle is not just for survival, but for meaning, for a chance at something better. The gentle rustle of the leaves of her plant, a solitary green presence in the harsh desert, stands as a testament to this defiant hope. As Furiosa assumes her role guarding the wives, her understanding of the Citadel's inner workings deepens. She sees the desperation in their eyes, the quiet strength beneath their fragile exteriors. She witnesses Joe's absolute control, his constant monitoring, and the subtle ways the wives try to maintain their dignity, the quiet conversations she has with them, the shared glances, the unspoken understanding. These moments build towards the inevitable turning point. She's not just a guard. She's an observer, a silent conspirator. She sees the vast disparity between Joe's proclaimed vision of a glorious future and the stark reality of his enslaved population. The whispers of the wives, the rustle of their clothes, the soft lullabies they sing in their captivity. These sounds of quiet defiance begin to resonate deeply within her. It's a simmering rebellion, waiting for the right spark. The film effectively uses the harshness of the environment to shape its characters in their actions. The relentless sun, the scarcity of water, the endless stretch of desert. These are not just backdrops. They are active forces. They dictate movement, strategy, and survival. They explain the desperation, the violence, and the lengths to which people will go to acquire resources, the gritty texture of the sand, the parched feeling in the throat, the blinding glare of the sun. These are sensory details that immerse the audience in Furiosa's world. This constant pressure from the environment is what makes every victory hard-won, every defeat devastating. It's a world where every drop of water is fought for, every gallon of gas is a treasure, and every bullet is a life. The world building also extends to the various unique denizens of the wasteland. Beyond the war boys in Dementis' horde, we glimpse other tribes and individuals, scavengers, lone wanderers, and desperate survivors. Each encounter adds to the sense of a vast interconnected ecosystem of desperation, the grunts of the scavengers, the guttural shouts of the wild tribes, the almost poetic pronouncements of the occasional wise elder. These diverse voices paint a picture of a fractured humanity struggling to coexist or dominate. The visual language of their attire, their makeshift tools, and their modified vehicles all contribute to this rich tapestry. Everyone is a product of their environment, a testament to the ingenious, if twisted, ways humans adopt. Furiosa's journey culminates in her becoming the hardened, resourceful warrior we know from Fury Road. Her experiences, her losses, and her quiet observations all feed into her transformation. She is not just seeking revenge for her mother, but for the countless others oppressed by the warlords. Her desire to find the green place becomes a symbol of ultimate freedom. A mythical destination that represents everything good and pure. A stark contrast to the corrupted world she inhabits. The memory of the soft yielding earth beneath her bare feet, the gentle murmur of the water, the rustle of the leaves. These are the sensations that drive her forward. A constant nagging reminder of what was lost and what might be regained. She is not merely escaping. She is leading a pilgrimage to hope. As the credits near, we see Furiosa positioned as a leader, a figure of strength and defiance with Anna Morton-Joe's regime, waiting for her moment. Her stoic demeanor, her unwavering gaze, and the almost imperceptible clench of her prosthetic hand reveal a deep reservoir of resolve. She has not forgotten her past, nor has she abandoned her hope for a future free from tyranny. The quiet hum of the citadel, the distant shouts of the war boys, the rhythmic drip of water. These sounds were now the soundtrack to her simmering rebellion, a prelude to the epic journey she will undertake. Her story is a testament to the enduring human spirit, a beacon of defiance in a world determined to break it. Furiosa's narrative is a profound exploration of resilience, the relentless pursuit of freedom and the enduring power of hope amidst utter desolation. It reminds us that even when all seems lost, the spirit can forge its own path, creating beauty and vengeance from the ashes of tragedy. Her journey is a testament to the idea that our past doesn't define us as much as our will to overcome it. This film masterfully expands the Mad Max universe, giving a deeply personal and visually stunning origin story to one of cinema's most iconic characters. It's a relentless, visceral ride that not only thrills, but also enriches the lore with incredible world building and character depth. What part of the wasteland society fascinated you the most? Our story begins in what feels like a dream amidst the universal nightmare, the Green Place. It's a secluded, thriving oasis, a stark contrast to the barren world outside, hidden away by a matriarchal society. The air here is thick with the scent of verdant life. The rustle of leaves providing a calming counterpoint to the howling winds of the wasteland. Young Furiosa, perhaps 8 or 9 years old, is living a childhood most in this world couldn't even imagine. She's learning to climb, to hunt, to survive, but within the safety of her community. Her mother, the chieftain, is training her not just to survive, but to cherish and protect their sanctuary. The daily routine involves lessons in tracking, the careful tending of their precious plants, and the quiet camaraderie of their people. It's a peaceful existence, almost too idyllic for this fractured world, and you just know it can't last. Every utopia, especially in the Mad Max universe, seems to have a looming expiration date. One fateful day, while Furiosa is out on a solo foraging expedition, a reconnaissance party from a biker horde stumbles upon her. They're called the Biker Horde, led by a charismatic but utterly deranged individual named Dementus. Their vehicles are a chaotic symphony of modified motorcycles, buggies, and scavenged parts. Each one a testament to the desperate ingenuity of the post-apocalypse. The bikers are a grimy, leather-clad menace, their laughter like rusty gears grinding, and their eyes, even from a distance, hold a predatory glint. Furiosa, with the instincts of a true survivor, tries to hide, burying herself in the sand, her heart thudding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. But her small frame, despite its camouflage, is no match for their keen, hungry senses. She's discovered, snatched up like a valuable prize and immediately chained to the back of a bike. The rough metal of the chain bites into her skin, a chilling premonition of the harshness she's about to endure. Back at the green place, her mother senses the disturbance. The silence where her daughter's familiar sound should be is a deafening alarm. With a ferocity born of pure maternal instinct, she leaps into action, grabbing her most trusted weapon, a customized rifle, and setting off in pursuit. Her bike, a stripped-down powerful machine, tears through the sandy terrain, kicking up plumes of dust that briefly obscure her furious resolve. She's a blur of determined vengeance, her face set in a grim mask. The chase is a brutal high-octane ballet of desperation and speed. Furiosa, still chained, is dragged through the desert, bumping and scraping. The sharp stones and rough earth cruel introduction to her new reality. Her mother, meanwhile, is a whirlwind of tactical brilliance and raw power, expertly navigating the treacherous landscape, picking off bikers one by one with precision shots. The crock of her rifle echoes across the vast emptiness, each shot a declaration of war. It's truly impressive to watch, even for a cynical viewer like me who's seen a lot of movie moms go full mama bear. The climax of this initial pursuit is devastating. Furiosa's mother manages to reach her, briefly freeing her from her binds. There's a moment of hope, a desperate reunion, but it's short-lived. Dementus riding a monstrous trike adorned with a teddy bear head and a makeshift chariot carrying his lieutenants is a formidable adversary. He's a showman, a brute, and a survivor. And he sees the green place as his ticket to ultimate power. He's intrigued by the mother's skill and ferocity, offering her a place in his horde, a twisted kind of respect. But her loyalty is to her daughter and her people. In a brutal, heartbreaking moment, Dementus cruelly forces Furiosa to watch as her mother is captured, tortured, and eventually killed. The final guttural scream of her mother, the sickening thud of the fatal blow. All these sounds are seared into Furiosa's young mind. It's a baptism by fire, a traumatic event that will forever fuel her desire for revenge and her unwavering need to return home. The sheer cruelty of it makes you wonder if anyone in this wasteland ever went to therapy, or if they just channeled all their trauma into bigger vehicles. After the profound loss of her mother, young Furiosa is effectively an orphan within Dementus' sprawling nomadic biker camp. It's a chaotic, dusty, and violent existence. The camp is a movable feast of scavenged parts, makeshift tents, and the constant hum of idling engines. The air is thick with the smell of diesel, sweat, and cheap synthetic fabric. Furiosa is forced to survive on her wits, observing, learning, and staying invisible as much as possible. She's constantly plotting her escape, but the sheer vastness of the desert and the ever-present eyes of the horde make it an almost impossible feat. She makes several desperate attempts, each one ending in failure, each failure hardening her resolve. One particularly memorable attempt sees her try to sneak away in the dead of night, only to be caught by a watchful biker who drags her back, throwing her back into the squalid confines of the camp with a casual brutality that speaks volumes about their disregard for life. The clatter of metal, the growl of engines, the coarse laughter of the bikers. These are the lullabies of her new life. Dementus, with his bombastic pronouncements and theatrical flair, quickly reveals his grand ambition to dominate the wasteland by controlling the most precious resources. He's not just a leader. He's a cult of personality, manipulating his followers with promises of power and plunder. His focus turns to the three major strongholds: the Citadel, ruled by Immortan Joe, Gastown, the fuel refinery, and the Bullet Farm, the ammunition factory. These three locations form the economic backbone of the wasteland, and Dementus intends to seize them all. His grand plan involves a massive convoy, a rolling fortress of bikes and customized vehicles, all heading toward Gastown. The journey is a grueling endurance test. A constant battle against the elements and other smaller, desperate gangs. The roar of hundreds of engines moving in unison is a terrifying sound, a mechanical plague sweeping across the desert. Upon reaching Gas Town, Dementis initiates a bold chaotic assault. The approach is a spectacle of sheer vehicular might. Engines screaming, exhaust fumes choking the air. The defenses of Gas Town are formidable, with watchtowers bristling with makeshift weapons and barricades of scrap metal. Explosions rip through the air, sending showers of sparks and shrapnel into the sky. The battle is a brutal close-quarters affair, with the bikers clashing against Gastone's defenders in a cacophony of metal striking metal, the clang of clubs, and the desperate shouts of men. Dementis, rather than capturing Gas Town outright, cleverly uses the ensuing chaos to leverage a meeting with Immortan Joe, who arrives from the Citadel in his monstrous chrome maiden Giga horse. The sight of Immortan Joe's war party is visually stunning, a testament to the power he commands. With the war boys pale and fanatical swarming around him, the initial meeting between Dementis and Immortan Joe is a tense theatrical affair. Dementis, ever the showman, tries to intimidate Joe with his sheer numbers and bluster, while Joe and his iconic breathing apparatus projects an aura of ancient unyielding power. The conversation is less about negotiation and more about posturing and veiled threats conducted amidst the simmering tension of the respective armies. The air crackles with unspoken violence, each warlord assessing the other like apex predators. Furiosa, a silent observer, is a witness to these displays of power, absorbing every nuance. The negotiations, if you can call them that, culminate in a fragile peace treaty. Dementis, understanding he can't defeat both Immortan Joe and the Bullet Farmer simultaneously, agrees to a division of spoils. He secures control of Gas Town, an invaluable source of refined fuel, while Immortan Joe takes the Bullet Farm, ensuring a steady supply of ammunition. It's a pragmatic, if uneasy, alliance, solidifying the power dynamics of the wasteland. Furiosa, still chained, is a symbol of Dementis ownership, a reminder of his stolen prize, constantly aware of the metallic rasp of her shackles. Years pass, and Furiosa, now a teenager, is still enslaved within Dementis' increasingly organized, but no less brutal empire. The camp has grown, becoming more structured, but the underlying savagery remains. She's forced into manual labor, performing menial tasks. But her keen observational skills and innate mechanical aptitude don't go unnoticed. She spends her days in the dusty motor pits of Gas Town, surrounded by the greasy, intricate machinery of the vehicles, learning the language of engines and the secrets of their construction. The constant smell of oil, burning rubber, and exhaust fumes is her daily perfume. She learns to hotwire, to repair, to modify, skills that will be crucial for her future survival. Dementis, seeing her potential, exploits it, putting her to work on his prized vehicles. He recognizes her talent even as he holds her captive. It's a strange twisted mentorship where her captor inadvertently sharpens the very tools she will one day use to escape him. The sounds of metal clanging, wrenches turning, and distant explosions are the soundtrack to her accelerated education in the mechanics of survival. It's like an extreme vocational school where the tuition is your freedom and the degree is staying alive. The uneasy alliance between Dementis and Immortan Joe and the Bullet Farmer inevitably crumbles. The scarcity of resources, the inherent greed of the warlords, and the volatile nature of the wasteland all contribute to the eruption of the Polecat Wars. These are not grand strategic battles, but rather a series of brutal opportunistic raids and skirmishes fought over territory, fuel, and supplies. The entire wasteland becomes a battleground, a swirling maelstrom of vehicular combat. Dementis, now flushed with Gaston's fuel, unleashes his horde on Immortan Joe's supply lines, while the Bullet Farmer, a maniacal armament stealer, joins the fray with his heavily armed forces. The air is perpetually filled with the whine of engines, the chatter of gunfire, and the thunderous roar of explosions. Dust storms rage, often obscuring the horrific reality of the fighting, only to reveal wrecked vehicles and scattered bodies once they pass. Furiosa is often caught in the periphery of these conflicts, witnessing the senseless slaughter, further hardening her resolve against Dementis. She sees the madness, the futility, the endless cycle of violence, and it solidifies her conviction that this is not a world she wants to be a part of, at least not in this capacity. During this period of constant warfare, Furiosa, now a young adult, continues to hone her skills as a mechanic in the gas town pits. She's developed a knack for making vehicles run faster, stronger, and more efficiently. Her small frame allows her to slip into tight spaces. Her mind works like a well-oiled machine, analyzing, adapting, and innovating. She starts modifying a specific vehicle in secret, a small, unassuming buggy, slowly transforming it into a personal escape vehicle. Every stolen part, every concealed weld, every late-night hour spent under the belly of the machine is an act of rebellion. She learns to disguise herself, cutting her hair short, smearing her face with grease and dirt, adopting the hardened, gender-ambiguous appearance of a young warboy or a low-ranking mechanic. This transformation is not just physical, it's psychological. A shedding of her past identity as a prisoner and an embrace of her future as a survivor. The grinding of gears, the sharp smell of gasoline, the constant hum of machinery. These are the sounds that accompany her metamorphosis. The moment of her escape is a masterclass in tension and quick thinking. It happens during a routine transport of fuel, a high-value target for any scavenging raiders. Furiosa, having meticulously planned her move, seizes her opportunity. She activates her modified buggy, a blur of speed and ingenuity. The alarm wails, a piercing siren cutting through the den of the workshop, instantly alerting to Mantis forces. What follows is a frantic white-knuckle chase through the crowded labyrinthine streets of Gastown and then out into the open desert. Bikes swarm after her, their riders screaming curses and firing wildly. The desert stretches endlessly, a vast indifferent stage for her desperate bid for freedom. She weaves through the chaos, narrowly dodging bullets and ramming vehicles, her heart hammering against her ribs. The thud of metal on metal, the roar of pursuing engines, the whistle of bullets passing too close. It's an auditory overload. It's pure adrenaline-fueled chaos. The kind that makes you grip your seat and realize you've been holding your breath for the last 5 minutes. And just when you think she's out of the frying pan, she jumps into the fire, stumbling upon an Immortan Joe war rig, a colossal armored fortress on wheels, driven by the legendary Imperator Jock. Talk about upgrading your ride mid-chase. Furiosa's introduction to the Citadel's forces is far from friendly. Imperator Jock, a grizzled stoic veteran of Immortan Joe's Taurian Guard, initially mistakes her for a threat or a spy from Dementis. He's a man of few words, but his actions speak volumes about his experience and no-nonsense approach. She's captured and brought before Immortan Joe who, intrigued by her audacity and mechanical skills, decides to put her to work rather than dispose of her. Her initial role is not as a driver, but as a low-ranking grunt, toiling in the engine bays and maintenance pits at the Citadel. Far from the war rigs, the Citadel itself is a marvel of post-apocalyptic architecture. A towering rock formation honeycombed with caves, lift systems, and workshops, all powered by a desperate, fanatical workforce and the precious water supply that flows from its steps. The air inside hums with the drone of machinery and the constant shouts of orders. Gradually, Furiosa proves her worth. Her mechanical aptitude and strategic mind shining through. She learns the inner workings of the war rigs, eventually earning her place among the Taurian Guard and most significantly becoming Imperator Jock's co-driver. This is a huge leap, a clear sign of her growing influence and trust within Immortan Joe's hierarchy. A twisted form of upward mobility in a world defined by desperation. The clanking chains, the hiss of hydraulic lifts, the distant rumble of the war rigs. These sounds become the fabric of her new life. The war rig runs are the lifeblood of Immortan Joe's empire. These aren't just supply missions. They're perilous journeys through a constantly hostile wasteland, connecting the Citadel with Gastown and the Bullet Farm. The war rig itself is a beast of a machine, a heavily armored tractor-trailer bristling with weapons, carrying everything from water and fuel to ammunition and vital spare parts. The route is fraught with danger. Marauding gangs, sandstorms that can engulf entire convoys, and the ever-present threat of Dementis horde. Each run is a high-stakes gamble, a ballet of calculated risk and brute force. The rhythm of these runs becomes Furiosa's new existence, the shuddering rumble of the engine, the creak of the suspension, the constant vigilance for threats on the horizon. The stark contrast between the pristine water of the Citadel and the gritty oil-stained goods of Gastown in the Bullet Farm highlights the brutal economy of this world. She learns the delicate balance of offense and defense, the art of evasive driving, and the brutal efficiency of combat on wheels. Every successful run solidifies her reputation, earning the grudging respect of the other Imperators. Dementis, obsessed with finding the green place and getting revenge on Furiosa for escaping his clutches, remains a constant looming threat. He relentlessly raids Immortan Joe's supply lines, not just for resources, but as a personal vendetta against Furiosa. His attacks are more targeted, more vicious, often designed specifically to lure her out. He understands her importance to Joe's operations and sees her as a symbol of his past failures. These skirmishes are a masterclass in vehicular combat with Dementis' wild personalized bikes and buggies swarming the heavily armored war rigs. The desert comes alive with the sound of roaring engines, the staccato burst of gunfire, and the thunderous impact of explosions. The ground trembles under the weight of the whirring vehicles, dust clouds blossoming like grotesque flowers. Furiosa, now an experienced Imperator, is at the forefront of these battles, her driving becoming increasingly skillful and aggressive. She's not just surviving, she's fighting back. Her personal vendetta against a menace fueling her ferocity. Each near miss, each successful defensive maneuver reinforces her transformation from a captive child to a formidable warrior. The clang of metal against metal, the sharp croak of a bullet hitting armor, the desperate shouts of war boys. These are the sounds of her ongoing war. Emperor Jack becomes a pivotal figure in Furious life. He's more than just a mentor. He's a silent guardian, a moral compass in a world devoid of ethics. His gruff doer hides a deep sense of honor and a quiet yearning for something beyond the endless violence. He recognizes Furiosa's potential and her inner strength, fostering her growth as a driver and a strategist. Their relationship is built on unspoken trust and shared purpose, communicated through knowing glances and subtle gestures rather than words. He teaches her the intricacies of the wasteland, the unspoken rules, and the art of survival. During long, arduous journeys across the desolate landscapes, they share quiet moments, discussing the mythical green place, a place he only knows from whispers and legends. He encourages her to hold on to that hope, that dream of a better world, a stark contrast to the grim reality they inhabit. The rhythmic hum of the Wari engine, the endless expanse of the desert, and the shared silences create a profound bond between them. It's a beautiful understated connection that shows even in the apocalypse, human connection can bloom like a desert flower. The inevitable confrontation between Dementis and Immortan Joe's forces with Furiosa at the heart of it culminates in a series of massive brutal battles often referred to as the PCAT Wars. These aren't just skirmishes. They are full-scale vehicular warfare. A grand opera of destruction played out across the vast and different desert. Dementis, now desperate and increasingly unhinged, orchestrates a final massive push to seize control of the entire supply chain, launching relentless attacks on the war rigs. The screen fills with a dizzying array of custom vehicles. Each one a testament to the warped creativity of its owner. Bikes with harpoons, buggies with flamethrowers, and massive armored trucks collide in a deafening symphony of destruction. Explosions ripple across the landscape, sending plumes of fire and debris into the air. Gunfire erupts in furious fallas punctuated by the metallic clang of bullets ricocheting off armor. Furiosa driving her war rig with unparalleled skill is a whirlwind of defensive and offensive maneuvers. Her eyes scanning the horizon for threats, her hands expertly guiding the massive machine. During one particularly devastating engagement, Dementus ambushes Furiosa's war rig, leading to a brutal, prolonged fight. Imperator Jack fighting alongside her displays incredible bravery, defending the rig and Furiosa with every ounce of his being. The intensity of the close quarters combat is palpable. The crunch of bone, the wet thud of punches, the desperate shouts of men. Jock, in a moment of selfless heroism, sacrifices himself to protect Furiosa, buying her precious seconds to escape. His death is a gut-wrenching blow, a profound loss that shatters Furiosa's carefully constructed stoicism. The image of his lifeless body, the silence after the final struggle is burned into her memory, adding another layer to her already deep-seated trauma and further fueling her need for vengeance against Dementus. It's a truly heartbreaking moment, reminding us that even the most hardened warriors have vulnerabilities, especially when they connect with others. With Jock gone, Furiosa is overwhelmed and eventually captured by Dementus. This time, her captivity is even more brutal. She's chained to the front of his monstrous trike, a living trophy, a symbol of his victory. The desert sun bakes her skin. The rough metal chafes and the constant movement of the vehicle is a torment. She's subjected to his taunts, his psychological warfare, a constant reminder of her past and her failures. But even in her darkest hour, Furiosa's spirit remains unbroken. She observes, she waits, she plans. She's a caged animal, but one with an indomitable will. Dementus, ever the theatrical status, tries to break her, but he only succeeds in tempering her resolve into an even harder steel. The clanking of her chains against the trike, the growl of the engine, Dementus' booming voice over the roar of the wind. These are the sounds of her humiliation and her festering fury. This is the part where you just know the payback is going to be biblical. Her escape from Dementus' chains is not an immediate heroic breakout, but a prolonged, agonizing act of defiance and cunning. Still chained, she meticulously works on her bonds, using whatever she can find, a jagged piece of metal, a loose bolt to weaken the links. Every night, under the cover of darkness, she toils, her movements precise, her determination unwavering. The scraping sound of metal on metal is barely audible over the camp's den, a secret symphony of resistance. When the time is finally right, she seizes her opportunity. It's not a dramatic chase, but a quiet, desperate crawl away from the camp. Her body aching, her spirit burning. The final confrontation between Furiosa and Dementus is not a massive battle, but a deeply personal, almost ritualistic showdown. She tracks him relentlessly, her path leading her back to the desolate spot where her mother died, where her trauma began. It's a symbolic return, a full circle of grief and vengeance. The environment is stark, reflecting the barrenness of their souls, just endless sand and rock. The fight is raw, visceral, stripped of the usual vehicular spectacle. It's hand-to-hand, a brutal exchange of blows. Each strike imbued with years of pain and fury. Furiosa, now a fully realized warrior, fights with a cold, calculated rage. Her movements precise and lethal. The croak of a punch, the grunt of exertion, the thud of bodies hitting the sand. These are the only sounds. Her victory over Dementus is not about killing him outright, which would be too easy, too simple for the depths of her suffering. Instead, she enacts aging of poetic justice that is far more chilling and profound. She takes him back to the very place from which she was abducted, the green place. But it's not the lush paradise she remembers. It's now a desolate, barren spot, only capable of supporting a single withered peach tree. She chains him to the ground, immobilizing him, and then using the fertile soil from her childhood home, she plants a seed. She nourishes him with Dementus's own body, turning him into fertilizer for a new life, a macabre yet deeply symbolic act of reclaiming and rebirth. She leaves him there, slowly wasting away to witness the growth of what was once her home. A living monument to her vengeance and his ultimate insignificance. The rustle of the leaves on the peach tree, the distant wind, Dementus' fading whispers. These are the sounds of his living death and her quiet triumph. It's a grim, satisfying closure, a reminder that in this world, justice often comes in the most unexpected and brutal forms. After fulfilling her vengeance, Furiosa returns to the Citadel, not as a conqueror, but as someone who has settled a profound score. She is no longer just a Taurian. She is a legend, a woman forged in fire and loss, who has stared into the abyss and emerged with her soul intact, albeit scarred. Her arrival back at the Citadel marks her true place within Immortan Joe's hierarchy. But it is a place she takes with a clear understanding of its emptiness. She is now the Imperator we recognize from Fury Road, a grizzled, formidable figure who has seen it all and carries the weight of a world on her shoulders. She still longs for the green place, but her journey has taught her that home is not just a place, but a state of being, a fight for a better future. The final scene shows her at the Citadel, gazing out at the desolate landscape, the quiet hum of the war rigs in the background, knowing her fight for true freedom is far from over. Her path has led her to this moment, poised for the events that will unfold in Mad Max Fury Road, ready to drive the rig of redemption. This saga, though set in a brutal post-apocalyptic world, truly illuminates the enduring human spirit and its capacity for resilience. Furiosa's journey reminds us that even when everything is taken, when hope seems like a distant mirage, the fire of determination and the yearning for a better existence can never truly be extinguished. Her story is a testament to the idea that even in the face of unimaginable loss, one can find the strength to reclaim their agency, carve their own path, and cultivate new life from the ashes of destruction. Whether literally with a peach tree or figuratively with a new future, it's about finding purpose amidst the chaos and daring to dream of green in a world of dust. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, is an absolute triumph of world-building and character development. It enriches the Mad Max universe with incredible depth, showcasing stunning practical effects, relentless action, and a truly captivating performance. This prequel isn't just a setup for Fury Road. It's a powerful epic in its own right, leaving you breathless and eager to rewatch the entire saga with fresh eyes.